I'm trying to free this bobbin winder. This is a white sewing machine, and the way I'm doing this is I put the machine, you see, right on its back. So this is the handle here, and I'm just using and don't use anything else. 99 alcohol percent. This is pure alcohol. Do not use the 70 rubbing one because it has water, and when you put water in there it will not evaporate, it will rust, and it definitely goes bad. And so just putting right here basically at the interface of the shaft, dropping droplets of alcohol, then trying to spin it. The reason for this position is that when you drop alcohol in there, it will leak down into the shaft. Whereas when the machine is standing in the normal position, you cannot just get droplets in there of alcohol to really soak the inside and hopefully melt all the gunked oil that has been sitting in there for a few decades. You do have an oiling hole, but it's difficult to just leak droplets of alcohol through that hole when the machine is in normal position. So that's why I'm simply putting it like this. And what I'm doing is I just hold on for the camera. Okay, so it does spin very freely, and then it has a position where it really is just, it's stuck in there. It's hard for me. Oh, also very important notice, I did remove that people call this tire, because alcohol will go on the rubber, will just melt it. So you don't want to damage the tire. Just flip off the tire gently. If it's old, just replace it, and just keep placing droplets. And this is very useful for this. Keep placing droplets here that will just leak inside, and work it like this, I guess, until it breaks free. And the other important part, once it's because the alcohol will take who knows how long, maybe 20 minutes or half an hour, 1 hour to melt, depends what was in there, the old oil. And it will just take time. Maybe give it 1 day, 2 days, but also maybe use a piece of paper so you catch it. I'll show you, maybe if I will just look, you can tell. I'm not sure what's going on. I think for some reason some owners, this is a vintage machine, old owners, they have a I don't know, maybe a fixation with oiling too much this bobbin winders. There is no such need, because there is no really pressure on it, on this shaft. It usually spins very easily, and just a droplet really every few months is plenty enough. If you put too much, the oil will just get gunked inside, just get varnished and stiffen, and this is what happens. It gets really difficult to turn. And I must say it was really not easy. This thing was very stuck, and I had to reapply alcohol several days. And when I would apply alcohol, I would also force it so as to force into that gunk. And right now it works very nicely, but I just had several moments when I thought it's not possible. And I don't know if this can be removed from there, because I think these things are pressed in somehow. So there is kind of a shaft, and then they just press the well on the shaft and it locks in place. So I don't know if you can actually remove the well without damaging anything. I wish I could do it, but otherwise the solution is really just to try to melt that gunk. So you can tell that right now it spins all around without blocking, without locking. So give it a try. Don't get discouraged, and it should make it work, hopefully, because like I said, it's really just gunk in there. It shouldn't be any metal wear or something like this. And also this one, it's white, it's from the 70s, and I like it that it has this kind of two tabs operation. So it's not just the the small well, if you want. It is like this tab that pushes it against the hand well. Obviously you need that rubber tire. So this one pushes it down, but look at the other tab here. It's very interesting. It basically, this tab here applies a little bit of pressure on the thread itself to keep it compacted so it's not loose when it's being wind up. And that's very interesting. And the way this works, it has obviously some springs in there, but I just push this down and look what this tab does. Obviously you'll have that bobbin on there, so when you push it down, interesting how this thing, it kind of also has a separate spring, so it applies sort of a small pressure on it. But it's a very, very nice mechanism which I could not find in other machines, sewing machines, more modern, more complete mechanism if you want. It's very nice. This is why I like these old vintage machines, because they have more tricks sometimes, and you can tell they spend more time and more money designing these things. And you can find this small mechanisms like this which are no longer available on modern machines.